friggin' mind-blowing. I'll send it to you.
You haven't?
It's amazing. What's that?
I think it'll start sucking my soul.
It probably will. But, you know, no problem. I had it write 8 video script, 5-minute video scripts in about 2 minutes. It's just amazing. Yeah. I told Daryl about it, and he said, I'm going to be out of a job. Welcome to Sunday morning meditation. Please come into the presence in the sanctuary with each other, with spirit, affirming the beauty of this day, of the sunlight, each other, and our beautiful unity principles. We are one with spirit. We will meditate for 20 minutes. The service will start in 10 minutes. Thank you.
Impressions, it's like basically just, it's 16 bars of D and then 8 bars of E flat and then 8 bars, so it's A, A, B, A, it's just 2 chords, it's D, and then E flat, yeah, I don't know. I like both of those. Yeah, right. So we'll start with that little shuffle thing, which is like a blues, but it starts on the 4th bar. We did a couple, like, so we're in C, which starts on F. Okay. And then it's just a blues. Okay. Apparently we're gonna play a shuffle. I have E mic still, but I problem. It's a 16 bars, like impression. 16 bars. 1, 2, 3.
How about that band? Renegade Monks. I'm not sure what they're running from, but they've got rhythm. My name is Carolyn Gauthier. I'm the music director here, so I'm on staff. I've also been a very active volunteer for a very long time. So I'm here to welcome you today because our senior minister, Reverend Deanne Weir-Morency, is on a vacation. Yeah. She and her wife are visiting her wife's parents in France. So nice place to go and be with family. And we send her our love. We know she's either watching now or will later. So Unity in Marin is a wonderful group of people, a thriving community, and we are accepting of all people. And it's exciting that June is such a good month. It has so many things to celebrate. So we come here together to celebrate each other. First of all, it's Pride Month, and yes. And we will be doing a Sunday service about Pride when the choir is singing. So it's going to be a lot of fun, a lot of good songs that are, gay anthems and that sort of thing. And then this next week, we're going to be looking at Juneteenth. Again, inclusivity. It's about not only including, but embracing our brothers and sisters of color and some of the historic things that have happened in the past and are still happening today. And Dr. Cindy Acker will be giving the talk next week. The week after that, it's Father's Day. So we honor the divine masculine. Last month, it was Mother's Day, and we looked at the divine feminine. So no matter what your experience is or was of fatherhood, we hold space for that. We explore it together and use our spiritual tools to shine light on that. And then we've got the summer solstice coming up, right? So the days are getting longer and the weather is great. So June is just, June's busting out all over, right? Right. And we are very fortunate today to have Karen Drucker as not only our musical guest, but also our guest speaker. And Karen has been in the community, especially the
forever
New Thought community for many years, and has performed and shared her gifts with spiritual centers all over the country. She's got many, many recordings and songbooks, and you've sung her songs whether you know it or not, because she has a lot of great, great songs. So you want to visit her afterwards down the breezeway here at her table. She's actually doing some live gigs, so she can tell you about that too.
concept.
She's a jazz singer as well. Her husband plays jazz guitar, and they do a good thing. So she's going to start us off with a song that we'll learn together and sing as our community song.
1, 2, 3, 4. So it's all about being welcome. Do you feel welcomed here today? Turn to the person next to you and say, you are so welcome here. You are just so welcome here. So let me teach this little song to you. And good morning, our live streaming people too. It goes like this. You just say like this. You are welcome here. You are welcome here. You are welcome here. That's the whole thing right there. You are welcome here. You are welcome here. And you are welcome. Here's the verse. I'll sing the verse. Our arms are wide open. There's room for everyone. Wherever you're going, wherever you're from, you are home. You are welcome here. You are welcome here. City, you are welcome here. Oh yeah, you are welcome here. You are welcome here. Now you are welcome. All right, here's another verse for you. Whatever you've been through, you found us somehow. Wherever you are on your journey now, you know what? You are home. You are welcome here. You are welcome here. Say now, you are welcome here. You are welcome here. You are welcome here. I want to hear you sing it. Let's go a cappella, you guys. guys. All right, let me hear you sing. You are welcome. Here we go. You are welcome. Turn around. Tell someone you are welcome. Let them know. Just say, you are welcome here. You are welcome here. You are welcome here. All right, let's go up now. You are welcome. We are welcome. We are welcome here. We are welcome here. Sit now. We are welcome here. Just say that. We are welcome here. We are welcome here. Now we. All right, give it to yourself. Put your hands on your heart and say, I am welcome here. I am welcome here. Sit now. I am welcome here. I am welcome here. I am welcome here. Sit. I am welcome here. Yes, you are. We all are. Thank you, thank you.
Wow, that felt really good, didn't it? Get us breathing. We sometimes forget to just breathe. You know, we find ourselves holding. So this is a good time for us to breathe together. And those of you who are watching online, we are so glad you're with us now too. So whatever you're doing or thinking about, just put it aside for a few moments. We're going to have Lucille Allison come forward. She's one of our prayer chaplains and has been in the community sharing that love and light of hers. And she's going to lead us in prayer. First, I'd like to invite the prayer chaplains and anyone who holds this community in prayer to kind of surround the community. You can stand if you like and hold the space for us. And we're going to have the Gloria come up with the prayer box, knowing that prayers are always going on, whether they're in your own heart, whether they are spoken aloud. And if you care to request a specific prayer, you can put it in that box. We'll talk about that a little later. Lucille.
So, thank you, Karen, for that beautiful welcome song. I feel welcomed. And welcome home to all. So with this prayerful consciousness that is surrounding this room, the prayer chaplains, and all you soulful consciousnesses, it's really nice. I invite you to take a breath and just be in this room. I dare you to let go of any thoughts that are limiting you and taking you away from this present moment. So in this room, God is. In this room, there is enough compassion, love, peace, understanding, joy, courage, and strength to hold any situation or circumstance. In this room, all are safe. In this room, God is. And I am grateful for this moment to remember of the one power, one presence that is active in this room, in my life, in all, through all. Amen. And so it is.
I'm going to invite Cindy Urbano to come forward. Cindy is going to do a reading for us and lead us into an even deeper space. So continue to hold this prayer consciousness while we listen to our inspirational reading.
Good morning, Unity.
Good morning, Cindy.
It's now time for our inspirational reading, a time to let these words become part of your morning reflection, meditation, or prayer. Let's all together take a deep breath and pause. Close your eyes if you wish. I invite you to let these words become your words. The affirmation for today is, I am gentle with myself and treat myself and others with loving kindness. And in Spanish, soy amable conmigo misma y me trato a mí y a los demás con bondad. Self-care is never a selfish act. It is simply good stewardship of the only gift I have, the gift I was put on earth to offer others. Anytime we can listen to our true self and give it the care it requires, we do it not only for ourselves, but for many others whose lives we touch. These words by Parker Palmer reminds me to treasure the gift of life and delight in the wonder of my being. I honor and embrace my humanity and my divinity as I practice thoughtful self-care. I discern and respond to my body's needs. If I feel tired, I rest. If I feel restless, I exercise. I nourish myself with healthy food of every color of the rainbow. I bless my mind with inspirational reading and challenge myself by learning new things. I practice self-care in the company of those I love and who loves me. I spend time in solitude and contemplation, steeped in the awareness of divine love. I meet myself and others with loving kindness. Once again, the affirmation for today is, I am gentle with myself and treat myself and others with loving kindness. Please repeat after me. I am gentle with myself and treat myself and others with loving kindness. And in Spanish, please do it after me. Soy amable conmigo mismo y me trato a mí mismo y a los demás con bondad. Great. Thank you.
Thank you, Cindy. Again, I want to welcome everyone. I think we feel welcomed after singing. We welcome each other, and that's how it works in community, is that we're all part of the welcome team, and we connect with each other. After service, we have snacks and things outside. So go up to somebody who you may not have talked to before and wish them a happy June, happy summer, happy Pride, happy Juneteenth, happy Father's Day, whatever is on your mind or heart. Just share with them. And if you're here for the first time, I'll be standing over there, or someone will, and there's a welcome table outside, and we have a gift for you to take home, and hope that we'll see you again. And for those online, just keep in touch, and we'll send you something special too. And we have a board table outside, and we're going to hear from the board in a few minutes as well. So you got a bulletin when you came in, and on that there's a little part you can tear off, a little serrated part. So if you would like a prayer request, you can write it down. If you have a note for the minister, write it down. If you want to say how great the band was or the service assistant was, just write it down. Anyway, stay in contact with us. That's a good way to do it. Through that, you can also text us at 415-991-7111. Today's flower sponsor is Beverly Weinkoff and her sister Joan. And I think this is for their dad because he looks like a wonderful, loving person. And our service sponsor is Barbara Cedarblade, and she has dedicated her love to all the Gemini dragons. So, there are some here. They're identifying themselves, Barbara. And if you would like to sponsor either the hospitality, we kind of do that as a potluck, but then we supplement as well. So we need some, giving for that, and the flower sponsorship. These beautiful flowers today were done by Sarah Gaspari. Aren't they gorgeous? Okay. And now I'm going to talk about our mission and vision. We spent a number of weeks and months and hours kind of defining who we are as a community. And there are a lot of parts to this, so we've broken it down into a few different parts. And I'd like you to affirm these with me so that we can remind ourselves and each other of what our values are. So first, the Unity in Marin mission. Unity in Marin is a loving community dedicated to spiritual growth, inclusivity, and service. We honor and care for ourselves, each other, and the natural world. And our core values are connectivity, inclusivity, and authenticity. And the one we're going to focus on today is authenticity. Being true to ourselves, our values, and spirit, we share our voice, gifts, and talents with vulnerability and humility. We value honesty and take responsibility for our choices. We nurture trust by aligning our actions with our values. And so it is. That is who we are. And we honor people each week for the sacred service that they do around here. This week, Kevin Seaver, Pamela Cavanna, and Robert Moorhead, if you're here, you could stand. A lot of them, they don't necessarily need introduction, but they are part of the facilities team, and along with other members, they are able to keep our campus beautiful, keep our office, right? You did some work in the office. I have a little note here from Pamela, which I'm scrolling through my phone to read it. So they did work on the facilities team and keeping the campus beautiful, and they did some office cleanup, carting away the e-waste and the shredding and all that stuff that, a normal business has to do. And we don't have the kind of staff that normal businesses do, so all of these things are done by volunteers. So we thank you, and Alan did some painting in the alcove. Larry Polger planted some things. Melanie's working on the pots and dedicated those pots in the front. So lots of people who are on this team are very active, so I thank you for that. Okay, now I'm going to invite Karen Drucker back up to do a song that's going to go with her talk. Yay.
So this is my magic wand that says that you can sing. Okay, so when we get to the chorus, I want you to sing with me. Here we go. It started in 3rd grade. The teacher said, let's sing and have some fun. So I let it rip and I let it wail. And she said, Karen, why don't you just hum? So for many years I squished my voice, thinking I was wrong. Till then one day I learned the truth. And now I'm singing this song that says, I don't have to to be perfect. I'm doing the best I can. I give myself permission to be just who I am. That's the whole thing right there. I don't have to be perfect. I'm doing the best I can. I give myself permission to be just who I am. Now I'm standing in front of the mirror, obsessing about my belly fat and my thighs, my butt wrinkles round my eyes. Who can live with judgments like that? The media tells me daily I should be young, tall, tan, and thin. But the truth is, when I accept myself, that's when I win. I say I don't have to be perfect. I'm doing the best I can. I give myself permission to be just who I am. Every day I say I don't have to be perfect. I'm doing the best I can. I give myself permission to be just who I am. Perfection's an illusion. I won't give my power away. I can lighten up, let it go. Know that I'm okay. I'm gonna blow. Now I'm older and I'm wiser. I don't really care what people say. If someone thinks I'm not perfect, well, I just bless them on their way. Life's too short to be judgmental. Take a break and have a good time. If you're struggling with this issue, well, then raise your voice with mine. Just raise your voice with mine and say, I don't have to be perfect. I'm doing the best I can. I give myself permission to be just who I am. Every day I say I don't have to be perfect. I'm doing the best I can. I give myself permission to, all right, let me hear you sing it now. Let me hear you say, I don't have to be, I'm doing the best I can. I give myself permission to be just who I am, to be just who I am. Every day I say I don't have to be. I'm doing the best I can. I give myself permission to be just who I am. Said I don't have to be perfect. I'm doing the best I can. I give myself, we're gonna do this for about 5 more hours until you really get it. Said I don't have to be perfect. I'm doing the best I can. I give myself permission to be just who I am. Cha-cha-cha. Oh yeah. Oh yes. Thank you, boys. Thank you. Can you give these guys another round of applause, please? Because there I am. Because I've actually sung this song with other bands in different Unity churches, and they sometimes would turn out to be like a polka. So these guys, I know you could do that too. So I don't have to be perfect. I'm doing the best I can. Doesn't that just give you permission? Doesn't that just give you permission? I'm doing the best I can. What more can you ask? So I always like to start off a talk like this because I think the way that we start our day is the most important thing. And my question to you this morning is, did you wake up, did you sashay to the bathroom, look in the mirror and go, oh my God, have you gotten more beautiful overnight? What's the deal? Did you say that? Or did you look at yourself and go, oh my God, everything's dropping? So today, I'm going to talk about how we can be kind to ourselves, how we can be gentle with ourselves. Does anyone have an inner critic here? Because if you don't, I could do another talk. So it's that voice. It's that voice that we're going to talk about today, that we're going to just say, back off. Because, you know, we have 60,000 thoughts a day. You know, that's 60,000 thoughts. So the question is, how many of those thoughts are loving and kind? How much do you look at yourself in the mirror and go, oh, sweetheart, look at you? That's a really great thing. One of the first things I've learned about being gentle with yourself is how do you address yourself? So Cheryl Richardson has this great thing, sweetheart. She just says every day, how are you doing today, sweetheart? And, you know, when you look at yourself in the mirror, when you start your day, just putting your hand over your heart and saying, how you doing? How you feeling today? Instead of just immediately jumping up, starting your day. That's one of my spiritual practices, is I start every day, I put my hand on my heart and say, what does my heart have to say? And I learned this little exercise. Years ago, I used to, the organization Bread and Roses here in Marin? So I was part of a little comedy troupe, a little theater troupe that would go to different pediatric wards all over the Bay Area. And my character in this little show was called Dr. Heart. And I had a heart smock and heart earrings and heart hat and heart everything. And my job was to take my little play stethoscope, and I'd go up to each of the little kids that were all hooked up to IVs and all this stuff. And I'd go up to them and say, what does your heart have to say? What does your heart have to say? And they would look up at me with these little lammy poo eyes and just go, my heart's really sad because I want to go out and play. My heart is sad because my parents are so worried about me. And I gave them the space. I just gave them the space to say, how are you? And I think when we can give ourselves that space every day to just say, really, how am I doing today? And when you do that, sometimes things come up like, what does my heart say? Oh, I have this lunch date with someone today. Not so much. I don't really want to do that. And when you allow that to come up, and one of the words that you had up there was choice. That's the biggest thing about all this stuff, that you get to have a choice of whether you're going to say something about it, whether you're going to do something about it, or you make the choice of saying, I'm not ready to do something about it. So, sometimes you're just ready to call up your friend and go, I know we had this appointment. I'm just not feeling good today. I want to just be home with myself. And to have friends that you can be that honest with, that to me is the first step, is having that. And one of the things about being gentle with yourself, I think, is telling the truth. And I love again, Cheryl Richardson had this great quote, that to be truly authentic with yourself, you have to be willing to disappoint someone every day. Should I say that one again? To be truly authentic with yourself, you have to be willing to disappoint someone every day. Ouch. I don't know if I can do that so much. So Hafiz said, once a young woman came up to me and said, Hafiz, what is the sign of someone who knows God? I became very quiet and looked deep into her eyes and replied, my dear, they have dropped the knife. Someone who knows God has dropped the cruel knife that most so often they use upon their tender self and others. They've dropped the cruel knife that so often they use upon their tender self and others. So are you willing to drop the knife today? To be sweet? Not so much, maybe a little bit. Drop it. I wouldn't just do that, just drop it. So the song, the reason I came up with that little title today of I Will Be Gentle with Myself is years ago I wrote a little chant to myself that just said, I will be gentle with myself. I will be gentle with myself. And I will hold myself like a newborn baby child. And it says, I will be tender with my heart. I will be tender with my heart. And I will hold my heart like a newborn baby child. And the bridge said, and I will only go as fast as the slowest part of me feels safe to go. I will only go as fast as the slowest part of me feels safe, feels comfortable to go. And it said, I will be easy on myself. I will be easy on myself, and I will rock myself like a newborn baby child. Now, I wrote this little chant, and you have to know that all the chants, all the songs I write are all my issues, so you get to see what all my issues are. So this little chant came from me doing something really stupid, and I was beating myself up, and I was just thinking, oh, God, I'm such an idiot. And I called a girlfriend thinking, well, she'll make me feel better. I called my girlfriend, I said, oh, my God, I'm such an idiot. You wouldn't believe this stupid thing I said. And she goes, stop right there. I will not let you talk to my friend that way. And I thought, really, how often do we talk to ourselves that way? And she said, would you ever imagine saying what you're saying right now to a child, the way you're talking to yourself? No. So I hung up the phone, and I did what I always do when I need to tell myself something. I said, all right, what do I need to say? And I started just instinctively just kind of rocking myself like this. And in so doing, I heard that affirmation, I will be gentle with myself. I vow to be gentle with myself and hold myself like I would hold a newborn. Would you ever imagine if a child was standing up for the first time, you're going to go, just come on, just do it. What are you falling down for? Just come on, walk. You wouldn't do that. Come on, little one, you can do it. You know, what would it look like if we talked to ourselves in that way, like we were, you know, just one, and just going, come on, you can do it, little one. So it's about that choice, about how you're going to be. And, you know, when you get triggered, your choice sometimes goes out the window. You know, you don't even realize you have choices. But it's bringing yourself back. I mean, that's what I always say in all my songs and all my talks. It's all about coming back to center. Everything here is all about coming back to that place where you know the truth about yourself, that you give to yourself. I mean, one of the main reasons why I love doing a talk like this is because I feel like I'm on this mission to have peace in the world. And the way that I can do it is by just being kind to myself first. Because when I'm kind to myself, I can be kind to you. When I'm beating myself up, I'm going to be in judgment of you. But if I can be kind first here and gentle and sweet and go, what do you need right now? That allows me to go from this place where I'm kind of in myself and I'm looking at all my issues to being able to look up and see you and be sweet to you. You know, I love my cell phone, I really do, but I found this little quote and I think it's really true. In the not too distant future, YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook will merge to form one giant, idiotic, supersized, time-wasting, non-productive, time-stealing, mind-numbing, do-not-need-to-know website called You Twitface. And I really think that when we're just in that place of like looking at our cell phones and Facebook, that we don't see the world. We don't see each other. We don't see that we need to be kind to each other and give love and do all that stuff. So I want to tell you a story about one of the first times that I really learned about choices and how being kind to myself was the way to my power. And I love telling this story because it's really one of the first times I learned how spirit works. So I grew up in Hollywood, and when I was growing up, I was what you'd call kind of a drip, a nerd, a geek. I used to straighten my, did everyone know the product Dippity-Doo? So I used to straighten my hair, and I would take an entire can of Dippity-Doo, and I would slather it all over my hair every night. I'd take this side up with all these bobby pins up here, then this side up here, and then an orange juice can on top. Anyone know about that? Yeah, that's like more years of therapy for me. And I would do this every night, and then I had, you know, my Clearasil on and everything. I mean, I'm just a geek. And God forbid it was ever foggy in Los Angeles. You know, my hair would first of all come down going, ee, 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 ee. And if it was foggy, my hair would rise like yeast. So, you know, you're getting kind of the picture. But I had at that time this, well, actually, I'll even go back a little bit. So I'm such a geek that when it's picture day, I have 9 million pins and everything so that you're not going to see I have curly hair. And I'm just trying so hard to fit in. And I'm so afraid that you're looking at me now, the glamorous supermodel that I am, that you can't envision this. So I brought a little picture. So this is me in 8th grade. And do you love the fact that with, you know, a full set of braces, I'm going, but, you know, this is me. So you're kind of getting an idea of this picture I'm setting. And first of all, don't look at this picture and go, oh, poor thing, because you know you all have the same picture, right? So I'm like 14, 15 years old. I'm just this geek. I'm trying to fit in. But I had a mentor at that time, and I thought if she could make it, there's hope for me. And I just loved her, and I just thought she just ruled the world, and her name was Carol Burnett. Do you remember Carol Burnett and the Carol Burnett Show? So because I lived in LA, I used to take the bus down every Friday to the CBS Television Center. I would stand in line for 2 hours. I wore the same little polka dot dress my mom made for me. And I would stand in the front line, and when they opened the doors, I would make a beeline to that seat every time. And pretty soon she would come out, because I was there every week. She'd come out and wink at me, and I'm like, oh my God, like we're BFFs, okay? So remember at the beginning of her show, she used to do the question and answer period. Do you remember that? So one time, I'm sitting there like everybody else, just enjoying the show. And out of nowhere, all of a sudden, my heart starts beating really hard. And I look down, and my palms are getting all clammy, and I'm going, what? Am I having a heart attack? What's going on? And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, my hand goes up, and I'm like, ah! And I try and get it down. And in that moment, she sees me. She probably wants to know who this weird stalker kid is. And she goes, yes, what's your question? And I'm a deer in the headlights. I mean, I'm just like, but then I remembered that the week before I had won the Edgar Rice Burroughs Tarzan calling contest. And in my little 14-year-old self, I said, I'd like to challenge you to a Tarzan calling contest. And she goes, great, come on up. So now I get up on stage. I've never been on a stage in my life. I get up there, there's 300 people, and they're all like beaming at me, and they're smiling, and I'm like, this is really fun. And I'm, she's being so sweet to me, and I forget about the millions of people that are out there in television land. I'm just seeing all these people, and I'm in heaven. I'm like, this is incredible. And in that moment, all of a sudden I looked out, and probably where you all are in the third row, all of a sudden I look, and there are the cool girls from my school. And they're doing that Valley Girl thing of going, oh my God, is that Karen Drucker? We're so embarrassed. Oh my God, do you know her? Oh my God, let's look like we don't even know her. And they're just rolling their eyes and making fun of me. And in that moment, like that, all I wanted to do was get off that stage. I just wanted to get off that stage. I was humiliated. All of a sudden, now I'm just that drippy girl who puts Clearasil on at night. I mean, I'm just in that. But that's when I learned how spirit works, because in that moment I got, for some reason, that I had a choice, that I had just a choice in front of me, that I could, well, it actually felt like there was like a line in front of me. And I could either give them all the power, take away my power, but make it be I'm just about pleasing you, or I could choose to be gentle with myself, to be good to myself, to make the choice of standing in my little power at that moment. And I remember that, looking out at them and looking at Carol Burnett and looking at that line and going, And of course, she was so lovely to me. She was like, she won, and everyone's like, And then the next day I come to school, and all the girls are going, oh, Karen, you're really cool. Do you want to be in our group? And I'm like, no. But again, it's a choice. It's a choice of how you're going to be in the world. And when we focus in on the bigger picture of how we want to be, how do we want to live our lives? How do we want to contribute? Because we all have that choice of how we do it every day. I mean, even when you go to Starbucks, and you're ordering your little latte or whatever, do you take that extra moment to look at the person and say, thank you? Or do you just go, oh, thanks so much? And I'm not talking about, that you look at them so much that you're like, wow, the meanness in me sees the Eunice in you. We're in Marin, we're bonded. It's that little extra. Do you know what I'm talking about? That little extra where you just make that connection. And to me, that's what life right now is all about. It's that connection. I think we need it so badly, don't you? I just believe that after the pandemic and just like all the stuff that we've gotten kind of isolated, now we're finally, thank God, coming back together. How can we reach out every day and make that choice to just put your hand out? Years and years ago, I wrote this song, hold on to love, hold on to truth. I'm going to look for the good and then praise it. And I remember the verse was something like, every day I have a choice of how I want to live, and I refuse to let all the bad news affect me. I'm going to take the time to look a stranger in the eye. And I just remember that. I mean, this was one of my first songs I wrote. But I'm thinking, it's still happening now, where I have to make that choice to say, you know, with all the political divides and all that kind of stuff, just that I'm going to put out my hand and say, I'm here for you. What can I do for you? And, you know, I'm going to leave you with one more story here today. Well, actually, before I do, let me just give you another little quote. I love this quote. Buddha said, "You must love yourself before you can love another. By accepting yourself fully, being all of what you are, all of who you are, your simple presence can make others happy. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to be perfect. Your simple presence can make other people happy. You yourself, as much as anybody in the entire universe, deserve your love and affection." And Desmond Tutu said, "Do your little bit of good where you are. Do your little bit of good where you are. It's those little bits of good put together that will heal the world." Amen. That's what's going to heal the world, is those little bits. It's not like you have to do these huge things. It's taking that moment. At Starbucks, thanks so much. Do you ever have that when someone calls you and you say, you know, like some telemarketer or whatever, or you're calling a company and, you know, they go, "Hi, you know, PG&E, whatever," and you say, "How are you today?" Do you ever have that where the person goes, I'm fine. How are you?" You know, it's those things where they're just kind of taken aback because no one takes the time to do that. Let's all take the time to do that. So one last little story for you. So there was this guy that was having lunch, and he looked at the booth next to him, and there was this older woman. She was all coiffed in her little hair, and she had a little bouquet thing, a little carnation, and she was all dressed up, and she was sitting in a booth next to him. And his first inclination was to go up and say something to her. He just wanted to say something to her. But just as he was doing that, her whole family came in and the grandkids and everything, and he just, well, you know, because sometimes when you put yourself out, it's very vulnerable. You know, you have to kind of sometimes push yourself. But in this case, he went, "Okay, I'm not going to say anything." So he finishes his lunch, and as he's getting up, he walks by the table, and he gets this little tap on his shoulder from Spirit. "Go back." And he's like, "Ooh," feels kind of uncomfortable, but he just gets this intuitive hit, "Go back." So he goes back to the table. He stands in front of the table, and he was feeling kind of shy because it's, you know, they're all having lunch. But he goes, "Excuse me, I don't mean to interrupt you." But he says to the woman, "You know, I just have to tell you, you know, you just look really beautiful today. You know, the color of your, you know, the outfit you're wearing just brings out the blue in your eyes, and you just look really beautiful. And I just wanted to tell you that. You know, sorry, you know, I'll go." And she goes, No, don't go away." She said, "I know you." And he goes, "Oh no, we've never met." She goes, "Now I know you." She said, "Today is the 1-year anniversary of my husband dying, and my family is here celebrating that I did it, that I made it a year. And what you said is exactly what he would have said to me." So just know that when we allow ourselves to see people, you never know what's going to happen. You never know the beauty that you could be giving someone. Showing them that they are the gift, knowing that you are the gift. 1, 2, 3, 4. I am a gift, no matter what age, no matter how I look, there's beauty in each stage. I am a gift, and I promise every day that when I look in that mirror, I'll say, I am a gift. Can you say that line with me? Just say, I am a gift. has a different tale to tell. I've made mistakes and I have some regrets, but I promise I'll never forget that I am a gift. Say that line with me. I am a gift. And there may be times when I forget the truth about me, when it seems time and youth, they're just marching on without me. That's when I might need you to find me and ever so gently remind me that I am a gift, God's precious child. I was put here on this earth only for a while, so I make this vow and I say it with love, that I am perfect and whole and enough. I am a gift. Say that line with me. Just say, I am a gift. So close your eyes for just a moment. And know with me right now that you are the gift. That every choice you make from the moment you wake up in the morning allows you to come from that place of love. To just know that who you are is enough. You are perfect, you are whole. That you are the gift. And you spread that love everywhere you can. There may be times when I forget the truth about me, when it seems time and youth, they're just marching on without me. That's when I might need you to find me and ever so gently remind me that I am a gift, God's precious child. I was put here on this earth, but only for a while. So I make this vow and I say it with love, that I am perfect and whole and enough. And I am a gift. Say that line with me again. I am a gift. Give it to yourself again. Just say, I am. And if you feel comfortable, maybe turn to someone and tell them, you are a gift. Someone else, they might need to hear it today. You are a gift. One more person. Just say, you are a gift. Put your hands up like this and say, we are. Give it to everybody here. We are a gift. One more, just say, we are a gift. So repeat after me. I am perfect, whole, and complete. There is nothing I need to change, because the truth about me is I'm fabulous. Thank you all for listening. I appreciate it very much. Thank you.
Can we repeat today's affirmation?
Oh, sorry, I forgot.
That's quite all right. You want to do it? There it is, right in front of you. Go ahead.
I am gentle with myself. Say that with me.
I'm gentle with myself.
And I treat myself and others
I treat myself and others
with loving kindness.
with loving kindness.
So it
And
is.
so it is. In just a few moments, the ushers are going to come forward with the baskets, but first I'd like to invite Kathleen O'D to come up. She is on our board of directors. She's going to be wearing that hat. She's also a prayer chaplain and a wonderful person.
Good morning, Unity. Very briefly, I want to thank you all for being here. You are Unity in Marin. And a special thanks to all of you who have made a Faith in Action pledge this year. Your pledge keeps the lights on, lets us know how much we have to work with, pays the salaries, pays Reverend Deanne, pays incredible gift speakers and musicians like Karen. And sometimes we have the need for extras, like the facilities team identifies. And so at those times, sometimes we have a member of our community, like Uma Jess Bathurst, come forth and give a matching grant donation. So as you know, the matching grant gift right now is $20,000, and the board has decided to extend the period until Deanne gets back on the 18th. So that means we have 2 more weeks. And what we're going for here truly is participation. So I want you to imagine that we're an alpine meadow, and each and every one of us is a wildflower. And some are Queen Anne's lace, and we're big and bold, and some of us are bright Indian paintbrushes, and some are just little clovers, exquisite in our delicateness and our beauty. And it takes all of us to create this symphony, which is the meadow. And similarly, some of us have extra to give, quite a bit extra, and some of us maybe just a little bit. It doesn't matter. The meadow needs all of us. And so if you haven't participated, consider doing so. Whether it's $5 or $15 or $50 or $500, yes, we want to meet the challenge, but mostly we want to know that you care enough about the community to say yes. So board table, call the office, do it online. Anyway, a check, you know. And just remember always, as Karen said, you are the gift.
Okay, these bulletins, remember? Boom, envelope. But write matching gift on it, okay? So no matter what you put in, that thermostat is going to go up, 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 up. Right now we have 80 people who have given. We don't know the amount, and we're going to have to wait for Deanne to come back and tell us. But we do know that there are quite a number of people who have not given yet. So do it today. If you're online, you can just follow the code right there, okay? So you can text us, you can use the envelope, credit card, many, many ways. So give with an open heart and an open mind. And ushers, come on down. And Karen, let's have one more song. Yeah.
God is my source, yeah, God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks, all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. That's the whole thing right there. God is my source, God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything. Let's go to love. Love is my source. Love is my source. Love is my power. Love gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Love gives me everything. Let's go back to God. Let's speed it up a little bit more. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything. Let me hear you singing now. God gives me God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Go back to that line. God gives me everything I need. Repeat that line. God gives me everything I need. Go back to that place. God gives me everything. Bring it on down, boys. Bring it on down. God gives me everything. Now, you hearing what you're saying? God gives me everything. When you don't know what you're gonna do, now you're saying everything. When you don't know how you're gonna pay your bills, God gives me everything. When it feels so overwhelming, God gives me everything I need. Oh, God is my source. Ow! God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. Everything I'm ever gonna need. Oh, yeah. What a band. Yay.
All right, thank you. God is our source. I brought Cindy Acker up with me. I already told you about how great she's going to be next week talking about Juneteenth, and she has some other things to say.
Right after that, I hope that you will come back and really give some love to Dr. Itoko Garcia, who is going to be speaking on Father's Day. Itoko and I were in the same doctoral program at UC Berkeley and graduated together. And Itoko is the outgoing superintendent of the Marin Sausalito School District. What you should hold in your heart for Itoko is that many people know that there was one city that was the very last city to desegregate their schools, and it was Sausalito. And it just happened 2 years ago. The order was given in the 50s, but it just happened 2 years ago by court injunction from Kamala Harris. And Itoko was hired as the superintendent to bring that about. I can tell you that it was not an easy thing, and they just got signed off not too long ago that they have completed everything that they needed to in order to desegregate the schools, and Itoko was let go as superintendent. And so I think that he has done an incredible job, some amazing work, and he's also a dad, and so he is going to talk, and I hope that you will just give him some love.
We have a Unity in Marin support circle, and today Melanie Carter is going to be leading that, and it'll be back in the family room starting at 11:30 today. And hold your horses. On the 11th, June 11th, we're going to be signing up for all the groups, the community small groups. So different people, 14 different groups have been formed to do fun things over the summer for 5 weeks. So we will let you know next week. Is that next week? 2 weeks. Next week, yeah. And then we'll have the signups outside, okay? We have an amazing concert coming up. We have Ian Dogel and Renee Jenkins, who do healing music. It's just wonderful. Sacred Spaces and Wild Places. They've played here before. Renee is the one with the didgeridoo that comes around and he plays it right in front of your body, and you just vibrate. It's incredible. And Ian plays all the different percussion instruments. So come and support them on Wednesday the 14th. And could I please have the prayer chaplains stand? Beautiful. So we have the opportunity to pray with one of these wonderful people after the service. Just look for one of them, and you can sit with them, and they will hold you in the light and the truth of who you are, and everything is kept in confidence. So give yourself the treat of praying with a prayer chaplain today. And now we're going to invite the kids to come in if they are they back there? Are the kids back there, Brandy? Not yet. You want to check on them, Lucille? I think today is Outdoor Sports Day for the creative arts space, and so they may be out there moving their bodies creatively. As you know, we changed our children's church to a creative arts space where they have the whole month they'll take a theme. Last week we got to see them come up and play ukuleles and sing a song. They had ukulele lessons and they've done artwork, but since they're not coming, we'll hold off for just a moment and let us, there they are. All right, come on in. Raise our hands where you sit. Let's just raise our hands and say the blessing. You are the perfect expression of divine light. We love you just the way you are. And here they come in the taxi cab. Okay, let's say the prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. The presence of God watches over me. I am the presence of God. Wherever we go, God is. And now Karen Drucker is going to teach us a new closing song. So get ready to sing along. Let's get her mic going first.
Oh, hello, there I am. So Reverend Deanne asked me, she said, could you write a closing song just for us? I was like, so this is just for you. So I'll teach it to you first. We're going to go slow so that you can get it, and then we'll speed it up. So we are one, we are in unity. We are a loving, inclusive community. We are grateful, and everyone is welcome here. We spread our love into the world. So that's the first part. That's the first part. There's more. Wait, there's more. We are one. We are in unity. We are one. We are one. We are one. In unity. We are one. We are one. Got it? From the top. We are one, we are in unity, we are a loving, inclusive community, we are grateful, everyone is welcome here, we spread our love into, do that again, we are one, we are in unity, we are a loving, inclusive community, we are grateful, everyone is welcome here. We spread our love, next part, into the world. There we go. We are one in unity. We are one. We are one. We are one in unity. We are one in unity. We are one. We are one. Back to the top. We are one. We are in unity. We're loving. We are a loving, inclusive community. We are grateful. Everyone is welcome here. We spread our love. Do that again. Do it again. We are one. We are in unity. We are a loving, inclusive community. We are grateful. Everyone is welcome here. We spread our love into the world. We spread our light. We spread our light into the world. We spread